Hey y'all, my name is Robin Tamani and I don't know where to look. Over there? Over here? I think it's over here. Well, welcome to my classroom. As you can see, I am a teacher, and again, my name is Robin. I am 33 years old and I currently live in Roanoke, Virginia. Originally, I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is where pretty much all of my family is from. I moved down here about 12 years ago because I graduated from college with my education degree from California University of Pennsylvania. And frankly, I did not want to be a sub. So the only option was to move somewhere, and Roanoke, Virginia called up and said, hey, we'd like to hire you. So I moved 6 hours away from all of my family to Roanoke, Virginia. No, I didn't know where the heck that was on a map either. All right, and fun fact, like when I told my husband, who his name is TJ, picture right here, that I was applying to be on Survivor, well, first of all, he laughed at me, okay? I'm like, thanks, husband. Thank you for your support. And then he said, why? So these people can manipulate you. And I said, no, I know how to make sure that somebody kind of allows me in. But also, like, in my strategy in this game is going to be, let's know all the things, but don't be so obvious about it. Let's know all the things, build a bunch of different, like, branched off relationships, and then I can use my skills to manipulate the others. Oh, and he goes, like, how are you going to survive if you won't jump in a river with fish? And I said, well, I guess the entire world's just going to have to watch Robin Tamani get over this fear, because it's Survivor, and I will be relentless. All right, so there is a lot more to me than just being a teacher. However, I have to say that being a high school teacher for the last 12 years of my life has literally prepared me for this moment to be a contestant on Survivor. I have the ability to build relationships with people, like people of all kinds of different backgrounds, ethnicities, socioeconomic statuses, abilities, different abilities, the lacking of abilities, all the different things, and work with these people, and they're teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're teenagers who are moody. They come with all of the things. Like, if I can do that and successfully build relationships with those types of people, with these people, and learn about them, there ain't no doubt in my mind that I can do that with other people that you throw me in with, like to outwit, to outplay, and outlast. You cannot win Survivor without having relationships with people. And that is going to be my best technique. My best attribute to this game is being able to talk to people, get people to love who I am, people to trust me in a very short period of time, people to understand who I am, but also want to tell me things because they trust me. And then I can have all these different relationships, all these different people, and be very unobvious about it. And then manipulate them. So there's so much more to me than just teaching, although it's really hard to cram all this in 3 minutes, so I'm gonna do my best. So if I seem squirrely, call me and then we could talk more. Okay, so I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I have Emily and I have Nathan. We got a 6-year-old Emily and a 3-year-old Nathan. And if I had to describe myself as a mom, I'm like the freaking Hot Mess Express. Like, I might look like I got my life together, but we do not. Like, oh my word. So one thing about me that I think stands out from others and really goes along with who I am as a person is how I was brought up and my experiences in like childhood. My parents are both incredibly hardworking, and I'm blessed to have both of them still with me, but they are incredibly hardworking, but we didn't have a lot growing up. Like, we lived in a trailer, which my parents worked their butt off for that. Like, that is literally what we grew up with, and they provided for us as much as they could. And I'm thankful for growing up like that because it taught me a lot about resiliency and hard work and like work ethic and working for what you get. I also grew up knowing that, you know, not everything's always going to come easy to you. And that is definitely some big part of who I am. Like, for example, school didn't always come easy to me. And my dad always told me that you can do anything, but you have to put your mind to it. And Robin, if you put your mind to it, you can do it, but you have to be the one to actually do that. So my dad is my literal hero in life. So Dad, shout out to you. Here's a picture of my dad. I love my dad, and thankfully he's still with us. But like, growing up my dad and my family has been through like heck and back with different things involving my dad and his health and just like all the different things. Like, for example, whenever I was in elementary school, my dad had cancer. We beat that cancer, thank you, God. Okay. When I was in high school, he had kidney failure, but then we got it to fix itself and it's okay. And then he had a heart surgery. Sorry, Dad, I'm like dishing out all of your like info to the world, but I love you, Dad. And then we had a triple bypass heart surgery. And then recently he was just told that he needs a kidney transplant to be able to survive, or you do dialysis or who knows what. And so like my dad is quite literally my hero. And being on Survivor would show him all of this courage, and it'd give me the opportunity to show him that all of this courage that he's had for the last 40 years of his life, and all of these very scary things we've experienced as a family, because my family means a whole lot to me, has shown me that I can do all things, and that even when I'm afraid of something, like I can be strong and I can do it, and I can and have the ability to conquer my fears in these different ways. Personally, I have anxiety and I deal with that. That's a very personal thing, but like I deal with anxiety, and so what better way to be a spokesperson not only for the other people in this world who have anxiety and fears than to literally put myself in the situation where where I have to do that. I have to be stripped of all the things and just experience Survivor and survive my own self, my own brain. I think that could be one of my biggest like downfalls, is my own brain in some ways and getting too far into my head. But at the same time, I would love the opportunity to try it and to essentially push myself to that limit, and to show my dad and my family that if you have a goal, no matter how high the freaking mountain, if you are relentless and if your why is big enough, you can literally do anything that you put your mind to.